Welcome back to the channel. Today, it's a biggie. Today I'm finally ready to give my initial impressions of the AYN ODIN2. And firstly, I think this is going to be more of a multi-part video, to be honest, as I just can't go over all the stuff that I've tested so far. Plus, I've got lots more stuff I still have to research. So today, let's take a quick look at an unboxing, first impressions of the ODIN2, and then some game testing. Back to unboxing, and what a box it is. I love this packaging. It's so pointless. In fact, I've said it in previous videos how much I like the Steam Deck approach to packaging. Stick the console in a case, stick the case in a basic box for shipping. Bam, no waste. No packaging to dispose of or store if you're a games hoarder like myself. It's kinder to the planet because it minimises the waste that you really don't need for what is basically quite a wasteful product. However, AYN have made what feels like extremely premium packaging, but the volume of waste isn't really that high. It's a premium feeling box indeed. And it makes the buyer feel special, just due to the feel. I mean, look at it, it's gorgeous. But I have to ask why they make it feel premium when they could actually be premium and just ship it with an included case in a more basic box. I mean, the original Odin was known for being a bit fragile, so why not provide a case to protect your special handheld, especially when the case itself is pretty premium. It's got nice embossed features, it's got a rubber textured AYN logo and a double zip. The inside's all nice and soft and fluffy and premium. There's a cover that goes over your screen, and there's a tab that you can lift to help lift your Odin out of the case. This is actual long-term premium. The only negative so far is the lack of place to store the USB-C cable. But that's not the end of the world, and I'll come to why soon. Next up, we have my initial impressions. Wow, isn't this just a lovely proportioned handheld? How exactly did they squeeze a 6-inch 1080p screen in here, a set of well-spaced controls, an 8000 mAh battery with 65 watt charging, Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.3, and in this Pro model we've got 256GB of storage and 12GB of RAM. And the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 feels like a full-sized desktop CPU when you push it to its limits. It's just mind-blowing. So now in the pictures, it looks quite big, Steam Deck big. But next to Steam Deck, as you can see, it's an absolute tiddler. But the proportions still look great. In fact, this blew my mind a bit because after using this, I found everything was pretty decent. And yet, when you see it in the hands, everything just looks a bit small. First, there's the grip bumps on the back. They look too small, but they're just right. Now, I've got big hands, and these shouldn't offer enough grip, but they're absolutely fine. The face buttons are also really small, but they're well spaced, so they work perfectly. The bumper buttons look like Mickey Mouse ears, and yet they're perfectly placed. The D-pad is small and fat and low in the shell, but it's also perfectly easy to use. And finally, the analog sticks. These are baby analog sticks. The whole impression of the ODIN2, when you look at it, is that it's got full-size controls. I actually burst out laughing when I first tried them. No way will sticks this small be usable. They feel smaller than those on the Absolute and my AYN Air Plus, and yet they work really well. I've had no issue with them at all. So even though the device looks right and feels right, even though it's got baby-sized controls, there is some flaws, right? Well, if you think yes, there will be flaws, then you're correct. Along the top edge of the ODIN2, special care has been taken to make sure that the SD card slot cover fits perfectly. It's tight fitting, it's flush, it looks good. All the buttons along the top edge feel great, really premium, but the sides and the bottom fitting of the case are not nearly as well finished. This isn't necessarily a heavy criticism because, as I've found, most handhelds have usually got a little bit of lip, and this is my only real critical point. Other than that, this device is as close as you can get to perfect. Now that I've covered the unboxing and the feel of the device, and it's mostly glowingly positive, let's move on to the OS. In particular, the ODIN2 launcher. Nope. I just don't like it. It looks basic. Too basic. In fact, out of the box, the default launcher for me was QuickStep, which is pretty much raw Android. And it's all the better for it. When you open an app, you get a quick launch window which can appear from the right side of the screen, and from there you can get access to a couple of important things, the button mapper, which is really good, and a process cleaner. Now, things like power profile, fan control and RGB are controlled by swiping down from the top of the screen. Or, if you use the Odin launcher, which gives you a place to add games and emulators, etc., but still looks really basic, but it does give you two side menus. One of these controls the power settings and the RGB controls you get from swiping down from the top on the stock launcher. From now on, I'll be sticking to the stock launcher and not the Odin one, as it just doesn't feel premium enough for me. So finally, let's look at some emulation, seeing as most people will be buying the Odin 2 for that use. But let's do something a little bit different. You've already got the platform from the thumbnail. It's PSP. The Odin 2, for me, is the perfect PSP replacement. So if you're like me, getting old, eyes are maybe not as sharp as they once were, looking at the original PSP feels like torture. Now, I loved my PSP when it was released back in 2004, but the 480 by 272 pixel 3.8 inch screen with its horrible blurry smearing makes me wonder how I ever played my original model. Now, as we know, the later models, like the 3000 plus models, have a much better screen from that sort of smudgy smearing perspective, but they're still only 480 by 272. But the Odin 2 will run at 4 times PSP render resolution and 4 times display resolution, and with anisotropic filtering at 16 times, using normal performance and the fan off, and it will hit and stay locked at 60 FPS all day and look fantastic. Better than you've ever seen on the PSP. It makes the games look glorious, and it uses so little power you could easily get all day battery life out of the Odin 2. And that's where I'm relating back to that point about not being able to carry your USB cable with your case. You just don't need it. Now, I'm actually going to be quiet now for a few minutes. I'm going to play through some games, and you can enjoy that in the video. Honestly, this is the best emulated PSP experience I've ever had, and that includes the PlayStation Vita. I can see me sinking hundreds of hours into some classic games that I loved from all those years ago. So why not hang around to the end of the video, find out what I hate about the Odin 2. And remember, if you like this video so far, then smash the subscribe button and ring the bell icon. And thanks so much for watching this far. I'd really appreciate it if you hung around until the end.
That jump may look impossible, but if you do a double jump and then press the button in the air, you'll get some extra hang time. Hey, Jack, what do you suppose that is? It looks like eco, but it's all hard and pointy. Yeah, keep
I'm on the main bridge, but I'm not sure how long I'll last. Get here ASAP. Fury out. I claim this victory for Asgard.
Guess you didn't want a piece of me.
I'm running low on health. Sure. No worries.
To a personal cassette player, can you firmly understand the cavern?
So here we are at the end of the review. So what do I hate? Well, surprisingly, it's only one little thing. It's the charging indicator on the top of the device. Damn, this LED is bright. Obviously, its brightness is magnified because I've got the clear purple shell. But the yellow charging LED is so bright, it can light up a dark room. And other than that, that's my only issue with the Odin 2. I think AYN have absolutely knocked this out of the park. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is just a match made in heaven. Absolutely is. And if you like this video, why not watch my other Odin video where I made a custom screen protector in only a couple of minutes. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.